The human body is incredibly sophisticated, with millions of processes occurring every minute, and they all act in a synchronized way to create balance in the body. However, there is one thing that can really upset the balance within the body: stress. Stress has a negative impact on the body and the mind. As human beings, we have a built-in stress response system in the brain. It's designed to help us when we face danger. It's called the fight or flight response, and normally it is triggered when we feel a powerful emotion like fear or anger. It is a natural response designed to protect us. However, for many people, unfortunately, it is triggered constantly during the day. The stress response can be triggered by different daily situations like stressful meetings at work, a stressful conversation, interviews, exams, relationships, or health worries. It doesn't matter which situation triggers the stress response. The effect on the body is the same. The body goes into a state of alert. Anxious feelings start with anxious thoughts. We think something is wrong, then we feel anxious. Then we experience the physical symptoms of anxiety. When the brain registers a stressful thought or perceives a stressful situation, the stress response centers in the brain trigger a series of changes in the body. The first change is in the heart rate. The heart, as we know, constantly beats out a steady rhythm. This rhythm changes in response to our thoughts, our feelings, and our environment. However, when we have stressful thoughts, or if we feel fearful or anxious, the heart beats faster and the rhythms become more erratic and uneven, just like this. At Take 10, we call this being in the red zone. As the heart rate patterns change, the breathing patterns also begin to change. The breathing speeds up. This information from the heart and lungs is sent back to the brain, which then gives the signal for stress hormones to be released in the body. Stress hormones are normal. However, if they continue to be released, they can have a negative impact on our health and well-being. Have you noticed when you feel stress how difficult it can be to concentrate? It's because the stress affects our ability to focus, to process information and to make decisions. It's because when we are stressed, the emotional centers of the brain become more active. But at the same time, the cognitive or logical centers of the brain become less active. This is why, when we are stressed, it's harder to focus or think straight. Isn't it interesting that all these changes in the body can happen in response to an anxious or stressful thought? The question is, can we manage this stress response? Well, believe it or not, we can manage our stress response, and it's a lot simpler than you would imagine. The human body is very sophisticated, but it also offers us simple solutions. The heart, lungs, and nervous system are all connected, and we can learn how to control them. One of the keys to do this is using the breath. So, when we are stressed or anxious, if we change our breathing patterns, it will have a knock-on effect and change the heart rate patterns. By breathing in a slow, steady pattern, taking 5 seconds to breathe in and 5 seconds to breathe out, the heart rate patterns begin to change too. They become more ordered and balanced. At Take 10, we call this state being in the green zone. The heart then sends a signal back to the brain to inform it that the body is now calmer. The brain then gives a signal to reduce the stress hormones. Once the body calms down, the logical centers of the brain can operate more effectively again. It becomes easier to focus and process information. Within a few minutes, we can change our response to stress, taking us out of the red zone into the green zone, from anxious to calm. That's where the Take 10 app comes in. The Take 10 app helps you get out of the red zone to clear your mind and calm your nerves. Simply by putting your finger over the camera on your smartphone, the app will read your heart rate patterns to let you see what's happening inside, so that you can see how you are feeling, so you can see your stress on screen. Using breathing techniques, games, or mindfulness exercises on the app helps you to change your response to the stress you're experiencing. Within seconds, you can see your body move from the red zone to the green zone. It's head to heart health training, giving you greater control over your body and your mind.